Can,
Mhm.
what does holding space for a baby who's expressing, who are crying and crying
Mhm.
to stop,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
we can get very fixated on, I'm doing something wrong and padding and doing our best to settle. Can you just describe in detail what it is to just hold space for a baby to release like that?
So I think it's one part of that is knowing your capacity to be able to hold the space. That's really important because sort of we go into it thinking that we're going to be able to, but often when our children cry, we do have that natural, I've got to fix the problem, I can't do this, and we're doing the jiggling and we're doing the putting the dummy in and all of those sorts of things to try and stop the crying. Now, the crying is actually their natural way of either trying to communicate a need that hasn't been met, and maybe a physical need and or an emotional need. So they may need to offload stress or tension. So if we've sort of worked through those primary needs, are they hot, are they cold, are they hungry, are they, have they got a dirty bottom, and we've sort of addressed all those, we know the environment is good, and we've done the sort of, I suppose I call it, done the work during our wait time, we've done the play, we've done all those sorts of things. It may just be that they just need us to listen to the tears, because the tears are actually their way of offloading. They can't say, oh, I'm frustrated because I tried to roll from front to back and I couldn't do it. They can't articulate. So their way of offloading that stress, tension, or frustration is through the tears. So to be able to hold the space is, I suppose, showing the empathy and compassion and saying, I can hear you, darling. I can see that you're frustrated, or I can see you've got some big feelings. I'm here and I'm listening, and not trying to fix, not trying to jiggle it out of them, not trying to shove put a dummy in their mouth. And things like, using a dummy, and not that it's not okay to use a dummy in some cases, but we've got to make sure that if we are using things like that, that we're using them in the right ways and we're not shoving feelings down with them. So if we've gone through, we've had that sort of ability, we've done some listening, but then it comes down to our capacity for how long we can do the listening for.
Yeah. Would you be looking at your baby in the eyes at that time? Or would you have
Yeah,
them?
I would. I think so. Yeah. So I think it's about the connection and showing your loving presence in that moment. I'm here, I'm listening, I can see you, I can see you've got some big feelings, bring them out. I'm here and I can help, and I'm present and I'm with you in this process. So it sets up that sense of trust. If they need you, you will come, and that you're always open to listening. And this is sort of, I suppose, the framework for those, your parenting years, for having that in any stage. You can come to me, you can bring it, I'll listen, I'll hear you, and it's not often about fixing the problem, it's just holding that sort of space for them to be able to offload those stresses and tensions and stress. And as we sort of incorporate more play and use our wait times to do that, then that also helps with not having to sort of have as much stress or pressure to release in those moments of sleep.